Cecil Pierpont is a really interesting figure. He came to Australia from England, and right away he was in trouble with the law down in Melbourne for uttering forged cheques. He came up to Sydney and was in trouble with the law again, and he appears as a very well-dressed, well-spoken, bespectacled gentleman, but he was a petty criminal through and through. So he was in and out of jail almost constantly. He would finish one sentence, whether it be for 3 months or a couple of years, and then within 12 months he would be back inside again. He liked the finer things in life, I think, and he liked to present himself well, so he needed lots of income to do that. He must have been able to talk the talk, and for several months he lived off the largesse of Katoomba and Blackheath families and businesses. He entertained them with his music, he dined and wined and had cigars, and then it wasn't until he decided to return to Sydney and he started writing out cheques to cover all his costs, that when the cheques bounced, that the local businesses realised that they'd been conned. So he received 2 6-month sentences for the crimes in Katoomba, and when he was released from prison he continued on the same way. He had been declared an habitual criminal in New South Wales, so sometime during the war he went up to Queensland. Same thing up there, in trouble for uttering and forging, and also for bigamy. It turns out that he was not only married to 2 women but several women up and down the coastline and back in England at the same time. He had numerous aliases. He was known down in Melbourne as Dr. Rowe. He called himself a professor at some point, and he just had name after name. You sort of imagine him as a gentleman, and then you think he's doing all these things. He must have been very articulate, very quick-handed, clever thinker to come out with all this and be able to spin a yarn. Like up and down the coast and in Tasmania, he just told that story and people fell for it over and over again. So it's very charismatic.